Oh my god. It's one of those Playmate figures. Dave, why the heck did you buy this?
Well, because I like views, and it's the new thing that everybody's talking about, so thought we'd get some to do videos for.
Steve, haven't you heard what people have been saying on the internet? That this could possibly be the worst Godzilla figure ever made. No ifs, ands, or buts. And you know what? I'd like you to prove me otherwise. Just look at those undetailed thighs. Everybody knows that thighs are the most important part of the figure.
Hey, you know what? I think we all forgot about this figure right here.
Oh God, it's the seizure Godzilla.
You know, somebody thought it'd be a great idea to put a tumor on a Godzilla figure, and thought that this made for some fun times. I think I'm getting carpal tunnel.
Oh God, I can't even look at it. Okay, sorry, I'm actually kind of looking at it. It's not my fault they made my eyes go in two different directions.
God, don't even get me started on you.
Hey, at least I have fleshed out detailing and slightly better paint application. Okay, how about I just turn your guys' attention to the basketball tummy Godzilla?
You know what? That's dirty, but God, look at the size of that. Listen up, Rangers, welcome to the Chest. My name's Steve, and today we'll be reviewing the Playmates Toys Godzilla 2004. This is the 11-inch figure. We do have the Kong, so the Kong will be the next one out, but I decided to go with Godzilla first because I think this would be like a nice base to go off of, and then we'll move on to the more, I don't want to say obscure, but they don't make as many of them, so I feel like if I started with that, I'm going to be nicer to it than I would be with this one. But looking at it, like, from the package, it doesn't seem so bad. The main reason we got these is because there's a lot of controversy online about, well, I don't want to say controversy, there's a lot of debate on how good these look, and so far I'm not disappointed with what I was expecting, but we'll get into it here in a few. But anyways, without further ado, for the packaging, we have the Bandai 2000 Godzilla in the background, so cool, I guess. Got some Godzilla, burning buildings, 2004, Godzilla, Playmates toys on the bottom for ages 4 and up. More Godzilla on the side. Same with on the opposite side. Back at the packaging. Nice shot of Godzilla from the film. And kind of tells you a little bit about this version of Godzilla there with the giant monsters are attacking cities across the globe, and humanity's only hope against certain annihilation may lie frozen in the Arctic. Godzilla from the 2004 film Godzilla Final Wars. I love that because it kind of gives you like, especially if, like, say the kids haven't seen every movie, you kind of know what this particular monster's from. And then you got some Lego mumbo jumbo here on the bottom, and nothing literally on the bottom. But anyways, let's get him open up out of his cardboard prison. Alright, so now that we got Godzilla open up out of his cardboard prison, first and foremost, we got to attach the tail, which goes right into the hole on the back here. I'm not sure how hard this is going to be because I haven't tested it yet. It's not that bad. A little bit of force gets that in there. Gives you an articulated joint. And first things first, like, getting this out of the package, I don't think it's so bad. The detailing isn't quite as crisp as you would see on the Bandai vinyls and stuff, but, like, at least it's got, like, it's got the silhouette of the 2004. Like, I ain't gonna really confuse this Kaiju for any of the other Godzillas. But we'll get to that a little bit more in the comparisons. And speaking of the closer details, starting with the head sculpt, looks pretty solid. Get some detailing here for the scaling. Lose a little bit of it when you get towards the front of the face, but you do have the nostrils, the eyes, which are done in a reddish orange color. Well, definitely on the orange side. The little dot in the center, little gray dot for the pupil. Nothing too crazy. Get some bonish white coloring for the teeth. A little bit of red on the inside of the mouth for the tongue texturing. Nothing on the roof of the mouth though, just the same coloring as the head. Which the head is more of like a hard plastic or rubber. Well, the body here is just hard, straight plastic. Which is weird. It's very, like Jakks Pacific. Like the gigantic Jakks Pacific Godzilla figures. Because for the plastic section, it's not horrendous, but definitely loses a lot of the detailing. Like, you go from, I'd say, like, PlayStation 3 quality to PlayStation once you get to the bottom here, in terms of just the overall depth to the scale definition. But for the most part, what's nice too, though, is this thing is going to be durable. Durable as crap, though, for kids, which is, I'm not spoiling anything, but yeah. Stomach definition, you get the rounded scales for the front section. I do also like, too, that it kind of has like some folding here that you wouldn't think would be very natural looking for a Godzilla, but for the suit, it would sort of have those in particular, which is kind of cool to see. It's not like the clean looking cut, like even like the way it folds over here is very suit-ish looking, which I kind of like. And then for the dorsal spines here, which are done in a softer rubber. Well, it's odd because like this is soft. This feels a little harder on the outsides to me. So while like I don't think kids are really going to hurt themselves on it, this is definitely something, though, if your kid is more akin to swinging things around them, could be an issue. Or even adults. If your adult is more akin to swinging things around, please don't buy them for this. Or just Godzilla, period, because Godzilla's a very dangerous kaiju in that aspect. For the arms, though, detailing is actually pretty nice for those. And I think is the one thing that bothers me as a collector is when you get like decent detailing for the head, but it loses a lot of that definition for the body. But then the arms go back to having okay detailing. With the claws here, which have palm prints on the inside. The nails are nicely painted. And moving down to the legs, for the most part, have about the same amount of detailing as the body. Especially once you get towards like the intersection of the thigh here. You definitely lose a lot of that scaling, which is weird because the outside looks pretty nice. Inside, not so much. Which you would think, because you'd be looking at the kaiju from the front, they would have maybe tried to keep the front with a lot of detailing. I could see them, if anything, like the back of the leg, I would imagine should be the section where if they wanted to save some money on the detailing, you don't really need it back here. Because for the most part, if Godzilla's going to be standing on a shelf, it's going to be some kind of front or side angle. And from the front, not quite as clean looking. But you do get some muscle definition in the legs. You have his knees there. Calves look nice. Feet, 4 toes. Nails are nicely painted. And I think that's the one thing that's kind of nice too about these is they're actually pretty decently painted. Like, teeth look nice. Eyes are pretty decent. Like, definitely could use more detailing if you want to make a look at the movie, but it's painted. Same with the claws look nice. I like the way the dorsal spines look. You do get some of the gray paint kind of sprays over on the back, but gives it a little bit more color variety, which I kind of like. And then moving down the tail here, just get some more of the dorsal spines. It seems to me like the paint for the spines kind of ends right at this section of the tail here. And then just kind of goes into the rest of the normal like charcoal gray coloring. For undersection of the tail, not too bad in terms of the detailing. You can definitely notice it there, but to me it almost looks like it's like better detailed the more you get towards the tip, which is kind of odd to see. And then for the articulation for Godzilla's head can look a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. I don't know if I want to stress this. You can get it to go all the way around. I was kind of worried that the plastic was going to shift, but it is an option. Arms can go forward and back, but get hindered by the mold here. Legs. You actually get a really nice forekick. Also, there is no plastic on the inside of his foot, which is odd. Can pretty much, and not really. Can't really get to go all the way around because of the way the arms are, which isn't a sad thing, but just something to state. And then for the tail, you think this would be a joint here, but actually where you attach it's where the starting joint is for the tail. And then you also get a rotation at the tip as well. Oh, and the feet can rotate side to side as well. And for quick comparisons, I'll be using these for both of the Playmates videos, but here we have the 11-inch Kong and Godzilla together, and looks pretty solid. Like, I kind of like this actually as a pair. You think they would have made the 2014 to go with him, but it was whatever. Hey, here is next to some Bandai Vinyl Final Wars Godzillas, which you could definitely tell that these versions, like especially the Japanese one, is like an awesome Bandai Vinyl. This one's still a pretty solid one. The old Creations one. done in the same scaling. And for the most part, I think as a collector, I would lean more towards this to pick up. While this one still looks more Final Wars-y than this one, I just really like the sculpting of the scales better on that. And here is next to some mystery response starts Godzilla figures with the 1962 and Shin Godzilla. And here is next to some other stateside Godzilla figures with the old Bandai 2014 Atomic Breath Godzilla and the Jack Specific Godzilla 2019. Well, check out. That's, you know, next to them, he's not so bad. And finally, here he is next to some NECA Godzilla figures with the 1962 and 1964. So overall for the Playmates 11-inch 2004 Godzilla, this thing's alright. Like for 20 bucks, it's a decent sized figure. Detailing's fairly decent, but for the most part, I would mainly recommend this for parents wanting to buy Godzilla figures for their kids. Because this thing is super durable and fairly inexpensive, especially for the size. And it's actually one of the more popular Godzilla suits too. So for kids, I think for the most part, they'll really enjoy this, especially if they really like the older Bandai vinyls or even the Jack Specific Godzilla figures. For collectors, on the other hand, for the most part, you could probably pass on this. Like some of the older Bandai vinyls, I think, are a better option if you're wanting something to stand on your shelf. And for the most part, you're probably only going to be really buying this mainly just because it's a new toy line. So if you're into collecting Godzillas from a lot of different toy lines, sort of like myself, then this is definitely something that is more akin for you. And to be honest, compared to what I've seen some of the smaller Godzilla figures looking like, this thing isn't really all that bad. But what do you guys think? If you guys picked up any of the Playmates figures, what Playmates Kaijus would you like to see? And we also did a leaked video of some of the ones that might be coming out. Definitely go check that out. And help us defeat those Kaijus by hitting the like button, subscribe, become a Ranger Day. We also got Instagram, Patreon, Pinterest, and Facebook. If you like to keep up to date with the channel and donate, we'd greatly appreciate it. And see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.